What's happening, people? Welcome back to Clown Questions, the show where there are no dumb questions. I'm your host, Matt K. Maurer, and the question on my mind today is, will Shams Charania get traded? I'll attempt to answer that question in addition to some other questions, and today, big NBA trade deadline podcast. Definitely going to try to break down as many of the trades as I can. Can't really do all of them, but we'll do the major ones. And yeah, we got a great guest to do that, Mr. Dr. Jones, and we'll also talk a little Super Bowl as well, of course. So who's down to clown?
That's a clown question, bro.
All right. Now pulling up to the pod is seven-time Trash Talk League champion and reoccurring guest, Dr. Jones. Sorry I butchered that intro, but I get sad every time I see the seven-time champion. Not that I don't want you to succeed.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's rooting for me in that league at this point. Hard to blame you.
Will they call you 7-Eleven?
Hard to blame you guys. But how's it going? But we're not here to talk about fantasy football. We got the NBA. Big trade deadline. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff to talk about.
Trade deadline.
And
huge trade deadline, but yeah. Yeah, no, they called him 7-Eleven because he won, I think, 7 of the first 11 championships in Trash Talk, which is still mind-boggling. But you're I don't think you've been on the podcast since you moved out there, but you're living out in Montana right now. How's Montana treating you?
It's good. It's been a really weird winter. It's like
really
55 degrees today. I was out riding my e-bike around. So
okay.
Yeah, normally there's like a couple of feet of snow. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it, getting outside. Got to do some fishing in the river. Sam and I were talking about it. But yeah.
Fly fishing?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Ooh, you get the waders and all?
That would be really fun. Hopefully.
And how fast does that e-bike go?
I get up to about 30 when I'm pedaling on the max mode, but
you can get a speeding ticket on that thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I keep it in the eco mode for my own safety usually, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Very, very eco-friendly. Very eco-friendly. Yep. But, let's get to it. Obviously, I want to talk Super Bowl at the end of the show, but we got to lead with the NBA trade deadline. One of the craziest trade deadlines in recent memory. Obviously, we didn't have the Luka Doncic trade. I mean, that was the craziest trade of all time, maybe. But a lot of crazy trades. And like I asked at the top of the show, will Shams Charania get traded? I have to ask that, because the big trade we all thought was going to happen, or at least Shams thought was going to happen, was Giannis Antetokounmpo. You're a diehard Bucks fan. Giannis ends up not getting traded. So in your opinion, why do you think Giannis didn't get traded? Because there was so much smoke. Feels like Shams was posting every other day about Giannis wanting out, and here he is, still sticking around in Milwaukee.
I thought the writing on the wall was that it was never going to happen unless a team came forward with the trade that was too good to turn down. And the real thing to look at is how good this upcoming draft class is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a generational draft class. And the Bucks want to make sure that they get a pick within at least the top 10. The top 4 is supposedly really the guys, but even top 10 have some really big difference makers. And when you're making a trade at the trade deadline, you don't know what that pick's going to turn into. Some teams turn it around. Some teams start tanking. I mean, look at the Clippers and what they did at the trade deadline. Suddenly, after going on the generational win streak, now they're going to be tanking. It's crazy. You never know in the NBA what's going to happen. So I think that they wanted to be sure and what assets they can get. And, I just it was a buyer's market as we look around the
Mm-hmm.
league. I think lots of guys went for less than you would think that they would go for. So,
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, a guy
We'll
like
have to.
Coby
Yeah.
White, uh,
Yeah.
it to me felt like you'd be panic selling Giannis if you traded him right now, and
Right.
you don't have to. He's not on an expiring deal. He's got another year and then a player option worth like $67 million, which is kind of tough to tough to decline for him.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah,
Yeah, but no, I think that's a good point on like the Clippers are. I think they're currently in a play-in spot, but they just kind of flip a switch. They're like, yeah, never mind, we're tanking. And then on the flip side, you got like the Utah Jazz who are like, oh, they're still tanking. They got a young core. They don't think they're gonna make the play. And then they go out and get Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, oh, they're a win now team now. But yeah, we'll kind of break down, try to break down all of the best trades, but. First, we got to answer the question that I answered to ask to start the show. Will Shams get traded? How the celebrity? If for those who don't know, there's a celebrity all-star basketball game, and the senior ESPN reporter who's been spreading all these Giannis rumors just so happens to be on the team that is coached by Coach Giannis Antetokounmpo in the celebrity game. And if you didn't see it, Doc Rivers said in a press conference, he's like, yeah, do you guys got any Giannis questions? He's like, and he brings up the celebrity game. He's like, yeah, we just wanted to inform everyone that Shams is now on the trading block. So how do you think Shams is going to play in this celebrity game while being coached by Giannis?
if he plays at all, that's the question. The lights will be his brightest when he's out there. I heard they were going to use him as the basketball in the dunk contest. I'm not really sure what's going to end up happening. That's why it's going to be must-see TV. We're going to have to tune in and see what happens.
I think this would be one of the better celebrity games ever. Yeah, no, it'll be
absolutely.
it'll be interesting. Yeah, he might see 0 minutes. Giannis just keeps him on the bench the whole game. I don't know. I'd like to see him play a little bit and then mess something up and then just get grilled by Giannis and benched. Like it would be great. And even better would him trading Shams. That's the trade that actually happens.
Yeah, if we could trade him for Woj, that would really be the big step. I mean, you don't realize how good you have it till these guys are gone. You're like,
yeah,
the Woj bomb.
Yeah, Shams is already washed. Woj is Woj is clearly the GOAT here.
Mm-hmm.
But as you kind of mentioned, the market just wasn't really there for the Bucks. The return they wanted was not being offered to them. You're like I said, you're a diehard Bucks fan. Are you happy about Giannis staying? I don't know if you saw Giannis posted the Wolf of Wall Street clip where he's like, "I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to get me out of here."
Yeah,
I love that.
I do, and I love Giannis. And if he does go somewhere, I wish nothing but the best for him. This team, it does need to figure something out because they have close to no draft capital in the future. They're getting older. They need to fire Doc Rivers is really step one, if you ask me.
Right. But, fair.
Yeah, I mean, I could still see him leaving in the offseason through a trade, but
sure.
I never want Giannis to leave the Bucks. Like who would want their franchise's best all-time player to leave?
Yes, I love the take because it's such a it's such a double-sided coin because I'm a Lakers fan, but as a Bucks fan, it's like you want to continue to build for that future and get those potential lottery picks, but you don't want to trade your Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a huge Bucks trade. A huge Bucks trade went down, even bigger than the Giannis trade. No one could have fathomed a trade of this size. The Bucks end up trading Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Phoenix Suns for my boy, former Badger Nigel Hayes-Davis, and they also got Ousmane Dieng in the deal, while the Bulls get Nick Richards in the 3-team deal there. How do you feel about this trade for the Bucks?
Yeah, I'd like to first and foremost thank Nick Richards for his time spent with the Bucks.
Yes, clap it up.
Yep, I'd like to do like a tribute video to him.
He was on the team for all of 10 minutes. Bucks legend.
But I was upset to see Nigel Hayes actually got cut today. And
crap.
Yeah, Badger legend. I thought he was coming home. You know, the only problem is he's just not a young asset anymore. You know,
No fair.
The Bucks are in asset evaluation time, trying to figure out who can play, who's worth anything for them. And,
right.
I think Ousmane Dieng, he's a former first-round pick for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it's a team that he's a tall, lanky dude. He's got high upside, but that's a team that has had lots of first-round picks and lots of great talent on that team. It's hard to crack the rotation, hard to get meaningful minutes. So I'm curious to see in an expanded role if he can figure something out for the Bucks and prove to be a nice young piece moving forward. So I don't hate it. I like Cole Anthony, but he wasn't playing much, and when he did, he wasn't great. So
I just put him on the trading block myself. He's on my fantasy team right now. But yeah, I mean that's the big Bucks trade. But no, obviously there was a number of really huge trades. I think a lot of the league really got shaken up. You know, not to the extent of maybe a Luka going to the Lakers last year, but there's some stars, some future Hall of Famers that got traded. But in your opinion, what was the most impactful trade? And I don't know. I guess there might be a tie there, but there's three big ones that I'm bound to ask you about. But in your opinion, which one has the most impact right now?
It's a good question. I'd say the biggest name moved is probably Jaren Jackson Jr. in terms of Harden's probably a bigger name, but a former Defensive Player of the Year winner is joining the Jazz, who everyone was talking about being a seller at the deadline. Where's Lauri Markkanen going to go? And instead they find him a running mate, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I saw some people joking online that Danny Ainge is blindfolded and tied up in the back of a trunk somewhere, because this is not like him to go win now. He's always planning towards the future. But yeah, no, definitely an interesting trade. The full trade was Jaren Jackson Jr., John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Jazz in exchange for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 firsts. I got all the trade details here. We don't necessarily need to break down every single detail of it, but the interesting part for me on the Grizzlies was that Ja Morant was kind of floating around in trade rumors, basically the last couple of months here. So why do you think Jaren Jackson Jr. ended up being the guy who got traded and not Ja Morant?
That's a good question. I don't know if there's as big of a market for Ja as they would have liked, And I think they were calling around teams offering Ja, and maybe the Jazz go, "Hey, we don't want Ja, but what about Jaren Jackson Jr.? What's your price on this guy?"
Right.
It's always tough moving these really high salary guys, and Ja, his value has just, plummeted between injuries and production fall off and a plateau in improvement in his game. He's very reliant on athleticism. He needs the ball in his hand, and he's not as good of a shooter as you would have hoped that he would become. So
Right.
it's interesting. I think they'd like to at least see if he can kind of reimagine his image, um, and maybe up his value. But the problem is
Yeah.
also the off the court stuff is like, hey, you know, that can be the deal breaker in a lot of these trades or acquisitions. Where
Yeah.
is it worth the headache? You know?
Right. It's like we believe in the talent, but we don't know if we want our franchise cornerstone to maybe have some character issues, maybe not be a great leader, for the others around him. But yeah, who do you think wins this trade, or is it more of a win-win? I mean, the headline, like I don't know a ton of those, other guys that were involved in the deal, but I mean, the headline to me is Jaren Jackson for 3 first-round picks, and then they kind of swapped a couple, bench players.
It's a nice haul for the Grizzlies,
Yeah.
who needed some sort of shift. It's crazy though to think how good they were with their big three with Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, and Ja. Um,
Yeah.
and once Bane left, I was curious which direction they were going in. It didn't make a lot of sense, but they also got a really nice haul for Desmond Bane from the
Yeah.
Magic.
Did they get a bigger haul for Desmond
I
Bane than they
believe
did
so.
for Jaren?
I
Yeah, I think they got 4 firsts.
They definitely got a bigger haul for Desmond Bane than Luka Doncic, but that's
Isn't that yeah. That's another crazy part. You look at a bunch of these trades, you're like, they had to give up more.
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, and that's the Mavericks Wizards trade too. That's like they got more for an injured Anthony Davis than they got for Luka Doncic. It
I mean,
just doesn't make a lot of
to
sense,
walk away
you know.
from a Luka Doncic trade and not get a single first round pick is completely unbelievable to me. And
I think they might have got like too late first, but like even then, it's like it's the Lakers. They're gonna be in the playoffs every year, so it's like you're getting maybe pick 25, So it's not nearly the return. You'd rather have a Utah Jazz first or a Wizards first than a Lakers first for
well,
sure.
that's
But
you're
yeah,
trading for somebody that you're immediately making that team better. And then that's the other thing with the Giannis situation, where it's like you don't have any of your first round picks, so you're going to start tanking and then betting on the team that just traded for Giannis to do bad. I mean, it's a losing trade, if you ask me. But
yeah, but you could still see that Giannis trade happen in the offseason.
yes,
Um, but yeah, I want to keep going through this trade. This might be kind of a long pod. There's so much trade, so many trades to sift through. But one of the two of the bigger names, like you mentioned, James Harden. The Clippers ended up trading James Harden to the Cavs for Darius Garland and a second round pick. Who do you think wins this Harden Garland trade?
who wins the Harlan Garland trade? I'd say uh, that the OKC Thunder wins the trade because they own the Clippers' first round pick this year, and they
Didn't even think about
they
that. Yeah.
traded Zubac and James Harden away at the deadline. And
Yeah.
KC, could you imagine if they get another top 4 pick to add to that roster? And what I was talking about earlier is a very stacked draft class. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
If they get a top 4 pick this year, they could get AJ DeBonsa, Cameron Boozer potentially, Darren Peterson. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be very bad. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But no, I like that answer. The Thunder end up winning that trade. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see Harden. It's like maybe he puts the Cavs over the edge. But obviously Harden hasn't won on the biggest stage in the playoffs necessarily yet.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah, it'll be
really
interesting.
put
But
a clock on what's on this championship window when you pick up old James Harden to your team. I mean,
Yeah.
Garland, who knows? He had an ankle injury. His production has declined, but I think that it's a great haul for the Clippers to get someone that's so much younger going forward for your team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, hopefully they fail upwards a little bit this year with Garland and Kawhi and move out of the lottery so the
Yeah.
Thunder's pick isn't as valuable. But yeah, let me move on to another trade. Mavericks trade 10-time All-Star Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Wizards for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, and 3 second-round picks. Like we mentioned, it seems like the Mavs got a better haul for injured Anthony Davis than they did for Luka. But did the Wizards cook here? Did the Wizards cook here, or am I insane?
It's all 20 games that him and Trae Young play together are going to be magical. I think it's going to be very cool.
I feel like Trae Young and Anthony Davis, their games kind of really complement each other, both offensively and defensively. But go on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I just think it's really funny because the Hawks were rumored to be interested in trading for Anthony Davis before they shipped Trae Young out of town, and they end up being united in Washington.
Yeah,
it is interesting. I think it's it's not a bad deal for Washington. I don't know how much those guys will play this year, but going forward, those guys could be healthy, play well, and reinvigorate their trade value, and maybe they flip them for more next year. You never know.
Yeah.
The Wizards.
No, it is interesting
because no one wants to go there. They're not picking up free agents. They're relying on the draft and trades to get names on their team.
Yeah, I feel like players just kind of get exiled to the Wizards a little bit. No offense to Chris Middleton. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's a little bit of the Wizards kind of sitting there like, okay, we obviously know we're not going to win an NBA championship, but for some reason we're not good at tanking either. We haven't ended up with, a lottery pick that we've been happy with and forever. Screw it. Anthony Davis and Trae Young aren't going to get us a title, but maybe they can get us back to the playoffs. Maybe they just want to get back to the playoffs with these two guys, which I think they definitely could, at least the play-in, right?
Yeah. I mean, they need something, something to get people in their seats, people interested in the team. Because there hasn't been much going on. I mean, as a fan of basketball, they do have some nice young talent that I thought has been fun to watch, like Kaishan George. I think Alex Saga would be interesting to see alongside Anthony Davis. And, I mean, Trae Young is really a winner here. He gets 2 nice big guys that he gets to play with now. Yeah,
he's going to be throwing hella lobs.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Hella lobs. But yeah, moving on, I just realized I forgot I did drop an F-bomb, so I'll put $1 in the F-bomb jar. Feel free to say the F word. I was going to say as many times as you like, but don't bankrupt me here. That was just, I was quoting, Wolf of Wall Street. But moving on to, a team, if the Clippers, get a top 5 pick here in the lottery, would make this even worse, but the 76ers trade Jared McCain to the Thunder for what's up? Oh, you talking to Mr. Eynon over there? What's up, Eynon? You wanna pull up to the podcast?
Yeah, just got home from snowboarding.
Eynon, you got any thoughts on Jared McCain? But no. So the Sixers trade Jared McCain to the Thunder for a first-round pick and 2 second-round picks. Did the rich get richer here by adding McCain?
I think so. I think it's a nice bet.
Damn.
I thought McCain played really well last year, and
he's gonna win Rookie of the Year until he got hurt, right?
Off of injury, so he hasn't looked exactly the same, but he's still on his rookie contract for a couple more years. I think really that's the big thing. At some point, OKC isn't going to be able to pay everybody. Some guys are going to have to leave, and this is a nice bet to have a guy under contract that's young for a couple of years here. I think that's really the big move that they're going for, and they think he's a sure thing than drafting more guys that they have to develop.
Oh, is this the?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is this fucking?
Yo,
hey guys.
This is Nick Eynon, who has not yet been on the podcast. First time podcast guest. Nick Eynon. Any thoughts on Jared McCain to the Thunder?
Dude, honestly, I think it's a good pickup by the Thunder. I mean, I don't really think there's any other fucking. I mean, I don't know. I think Jared McCain is fucking dog. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he did great last year. He got injured. He got injured in the middle of the season, and he was fucking.
You got to chill on the F-bombs. I already owe $2. No, no. I mean, any big thoughts on the NBA trade deadline overall?
Dude, honestly,
he's known as Whitey, by the way. Nick, that's his nickname. Okay.
Yeah, don't get racist.
It's not get weird here. Yeah. No. It's the color of his hair. That's where he got the name.
All right, man.
Brother.
I'll Venmo you like $5 at least before I.
No. I got you. I pay for my.
He's gonna be
pay for my guests.
Change in the couch after this episode.
Right, seriously. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, Connor Jones is the man to talk to about damn near any sports comment, like just anything. Him and I were gonna dive deep into the trade deadline. I mean, fuck the Bucks. The Bucks got Nigel Hayes, which John Mauer. I'm sorry, but I do have a picture with Nigel with Jake Newland and I don't know how.
Sadly, Jones informed me that they cut him, and here's another $1 for you.
Just
today.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously, Nigel Hayes. That's crazy. Damn.
It's unfortunate. Yeah. But yeah, Nick Eynon, aka Whitey, you should be on. I gotta have you on the podcast soon.
I was gonna say the champ of the fantasy league, baby.
The current trash talk champion, along with Jake Newland. Congratulations on that. You turned Jones from 7-11 to 7-12.
What a comeback! From a winless regular season to winning the championship the next subsequent year is
y'all were dominant. You had Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, Drake May, just a disgusting squad.
Trey McBride, dude. I really liked our team from the start.
And McBride, oh my god!
Oh, dude, you guys dominated. It was awesome. I mean, we had Cortland Sutton, we had Pittman, we also had Jalen Warren, which was sick the whole year too. And I didn't really like the trade that we made at the end of the year. I thought it was going to actually mess us up. I was going to say the F word, but I won't. But I thought it was totally going to screw us up. It played out okay. Like DK obviously got suspended, and we just didn't use him. That was kind of a whole situation where it's like you can't really do anything about it. And just kind of just hope for the best. And I don't know, it was a good season.
No, I really like that Warren for DK Metcalf trade, and then some Lions fan with blue hair,
Bro, seriously, bro.
Whatever. And he gets. I don't believe. Apparently, that Lions fan is suing DK now. It seems ridiculous to me. But,
hey, well, Matt, thank you so much for having me. I got to take a shower. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry. I would have definitely come in here a lot less, but I really appreciate you guys. This guy, if there's anyone to listen to, it's this motherfucker right here. I'm not saying that
come on, man.
And Jones moving out here, but
I'm out of $1 bills. I'm gonna have to put a receipt in there as a placeholder now.
I'm actually gonna Venmo you a couple bucks. I feel bad. All right.
No, do not. I will send it back. That's part of the show.
Fuck yeah. One more.
Come on. Really? Another one? Shout out Black Gold Sports Card. They got a LeBron card. There's another placeholder. Jones, I'm out of. I guess I have Post-it notes here if you want to drop a couple more F-bombs.
I think I'm okay.
But yeah, that was a fun tangent there with Nick Eynon there, who I'll have to have on the show. But let's get back to the trades. We don't need to go any more into the Thunder. I think we both think they're the number one contender in the NBA right now, of course. But a guy you mentioned earlier, and you were kind of saying they sold too low on this player, Coby White. The Bulls end up trading Coby White and Mike Conley to the Hornets for Colin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, who got traded again. Conley also got traded again, and 3 second-round picks. So do you think the Hornets are a legit threat now here with Coby White? And is Coby White going to crack their starting lineup, or will he be one of the better 6 men in the NBA here?
That's a great question. I think they'll get interesting with their lineups. I would say he's more of a 6-man, stagger the minutes. I'd like to see him and Khan out there at the same time. But it's hard.
Why do you say that?
Khan has been phenomenal this year. I'd like to see both.
Rookie of the year?
So far, I would say so.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag has come alive recently. I know Jaylen Brown was just complaining about how many free throws he was getting in their recent matchup. He's already getting the star treatment. But, Wisconsin native. Love to see it.
Straight out of Milwaukee.
Lots of cool young talent on that team.
But yeah, you definitely see the Hornets kind of making the play in here at least, right?
Yeah, in a weak Eastern Conference, you could definitely see them. I think they just had an 8-game win streak, longest in the franchise's history, that from 2004, which is kind of a sad stat because
subtle shot at Michael Jordan here.
I'm pretty sure the Packers have had an 8-game win streak.
I guess Michael Jordan was the Bobcats. I don't know if he ever got the Hornets, but or no, the Bobcats are the Pelicans. I always forget.
I know that is an interesting history, but apparently the stat was from 2004 till present. So
yeah, that's wild.
Quite some time without winning 8 games in a row.
They did it. They broke the 8-game win streak drought. They did it. But yeah, let's move on to some more trades. This trade in particular, this is how I found out that Chris Paul was still technically on the Clippers. I thought the Clippers cut him, but I guess somehow they had retained their rights. But it was a 3-team trade, the Clippers, Nets, and Raptors. Chris Paul to the Raptors, and Ochai Abaji, I think I got that right, and a 2nd-round pick and cash to the Nets. I guess the Clippers got nothing in the deal. They were just happy to see Chris Paul go. But do you think Chris Paul is going to end up playing in Toronto here, or do you think he's more of a buyout candidate?
I told him that he doesn't need to show up. He doesn't need to get his passport out and go up to Canada for the whole ordeal. I don't think he's left LA. But
you don't think he's getting the work visa ready?
Yeah, interesting. I could totally see him going to a contender. It's unfortunate. This is supposed to be his farewell tour, going home to the Clippers, and something soured in that locker room with him and the coaching.
Yeah, that was such a weird situation, right? Do you think it was essentially like, am I oversimplifying it to say it was kind of like Chris Paul walking up to Tyronn Lue and the Clippers and being like, I'm the captain now. And Tyronn Lue's like, no, I'm the coach. You're going to listen to me. And they just kind of got into it from there. I don't know. Am I oversimplifying that?
Yeah, I saw a clip of, I think it was Chris Paul talking to Tyronn Lue's girlfriend. So I don't know if that.
Oh, maybe another Ime Udoka situation.
Yeah, who knows?
A little Sharon Moore.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Chris Paul, he's been in the league too long. He's got too much of an ego, and he's not going to buy into a situation. He thinks he's smarter than everyone, and he might be. You know, he's one of the best pure point guards of all time. But at this point in his career, he's not worth the headache having in the building, I believe, at least for them. So we'll see. Maybe he pairs up with his old pal LeBron in L.A.
Bring him to L.A. He'd have, now I got to go all the way across the street to work. Can't believe I have to drive all the way from my house in L.A. to the same arena in L.A. No, that was when Westbrook went from the Lakers to the Clippers. That was funny. But yeah, moving on. Obviously, the Chris Paul trade isn't as impactful as most of these, but a fairly impactful one I think was the Warriors trading Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. Is Kristaps Porzingis to Golden State moving the needle at all for you here?
I think once they lost Jimmy Butler, it really killed a lot of their hopes, And Kuminga was thought to be a decent trade piece. Apparently, they were offered in the offseason a first-round pick and Malik Monk from Sacramento, and they declined that trade. I'm sure they're regretting that at this point in time. Steve Kerr
I like Kristaps, though.
Chris Paul didn't want to play him. Or not Chris Paul.
Chris Paul didn't want to stay there.
Yeah. No.
I've lost track of how many teams Chris Paul has played for in the last 3 years.
It's unbelievable.
It's a lot. CP at least 3.
Yes. Sean Epstein, CP. But
yeah, we were talking about this. Rich Bisaccia is in the Epstein files, I think. Get him out of Green Bay.
Yep.
Get him out of Green Bay. Not to get political. Let's move on to the Lakers here. My Lakers trade Gabe Vincent and a second-round pick to the Hawks for Luke Kennard. To put it nicely, as a Lakers fan, I'm happy about this trade. Do you think Luke Kennard will be a difference maker for my Lakers here?
He's always been an elite three-point shooter, and that's about where it ends with Luke Kennard. But he's 29 years old. He's never been the most athletic or best defender, but he can be a flamethrower at certain times when you really just need to get some threes going. So
yeah, just a nice spot up guy
for sure.
Definitely an upgrade from Gabe Vincent. I think, but
Gabe never really worked out. He got paid because he torched the Bucks. So shout out Gabe Vincent.
We saw him playing for the Heat. We're like, this guy's good, and
he looked like
we brought him in LA, and I guess LeBron ruined him.
Van Vliet. And he's not very good in LA.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so he'll be a good shooter for us, but maybe not the guy to put us over the top and make us legit championship contenders. This is like the one year I've actually do not think my LeBron led team is gonna win the title. I feel like every year I have that confidence, but not so much this year. But yeah, still got I got a couple more trade questions, and then we can talk Super Bowl. We got to obviously talk Super Bowl. Do you like Grand Theft Alvarado to the Knicks? The Knicks sent Dalen Terry 2 seconds and cash to the Pelicans for Jose Alvarado. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great pickup. Good backup point guard. He brings a lot of fire to the game. He's gritty. He's crafty. He's a good player. Fans love him. He's
got a dope nickname, Grand Theft Alvarado.
Yeah, I mean, he gained notoriety because he would hide by the inbound line and steal passes, or steal the ball from the guy dribbling the ball up the court because he'd sneak up behind him. It was awesome. But I think that's a nice pickup for them. Deuce, Miles McBride could be out for the rest of the season. So,
oh really? He's on my fantasy team. Dang.
So this is a well-needed pickup at the guard position, and I think them for a good value. The Pelicans have been terrible this year, so they're just one to. I'm surprised I didn't see them make more trades be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought Zion was going to be on the move, but he stays in New Orleans there. But next trade, moving on. Why did you mentioned him earlier? Why did the Clippers trade our boy Zubac? I feel like I don't know if we pronounce it right, but we've always been big fans. We go Ivica Zubac. It's just a fun name to say, but he's also a great center. The Pacers sent Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 2 firsts and a second to the Clippers for Zubac and Coby Brown. What are the Clippers doing here? Why did they do that, you think?
There must be something going on behind the scenes that we don't know. Maybe they're because why would Harden went out? Why would they be selling Zubac? I think maybe they know something we don't. Maybe
this is the writing on the wall that Chris Paul saw.
Yeah, it could be. It could be that they see that there's going to be some reprimandation for the Kawhi Leonard situation. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's my speculation.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. That's kind of flown under the radar. I think the news kind of dropped in summer, but yeah, Kawhi Leonard getting millions of dollars for a no-show job. Definitely, you're right. Definitely a situation that could end up with Kawhi suspended here. So yeah, the Clippers. We got to keep an eye on them because they're doing some weird stuff. But I don't think any team did weirder stuff at this deadline than the Chicago Bulls. I don't even know how to structure this because they made so many trades. But I was going to ask, what in the world are the Chicago Bulls? What are they cooking up? They end up trading their starting center Vucevic, forward Julian Phillips, forward Osmang Deng, guard Coby White, guard Kevin Huerter, guard Ayo DeSumo, guard Mike Conley, and in return, they got, this is not all one trade, this is like 3 or 4 trades. In return, they get Anthony Simons, Rob Dillingham, Colin Sexton, Jaden Ivey, Mike Conley. They both traded for him and traded him. Shout out Mike Conley. But they get those guards, forward Leonard Miller, forward Osmang Dieng. They traded for him and traded him. And then they get center Nick Richards as well. What are the Bulls cooking here? What is going on in Chicago, man?
It's a great question. All guard lineup, apparently. I think they're in a league that's getting bigger and bigger. They're trying to go smaller and smaller. I don't really get it. But Nick Richards at least is a center. They finally picked someone up on their team that's close to 7 feet tall. But I did want to say,
I guess Vooch was what? Vooch is like a 6'9" center, I guess. So that's why.
Yeah, he's on the Celtics now, which is a nice pickup for them, I think.
Yeah.
I
like that trade for the Celtics.
But he's great on offense, and he usually kills the Bucks as well. So I have some familiarity with him. But I want to say one thing about the Zubac trade quick was that part of the trade is that the Pacers traded their first this year, and the Pacers have not been very good without Tyrese Halliburton.
Right.
But they do have some protections on it, where it's protected pick 1 through 4, and then 10 through like 25 or something. So if they do get a top 4 pick, they could be getting Tyrese Halliburton back, a top 4 pick,
and Cameron Boozer.
And Cameron Boozer having Pascal and Zubac. They could be very scary next year. Just something to keep an eye on.
They go from the plucky Cinderella that went to the finals to, this is one of the best teams in the East by far.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like
they
that.
Could totally do that next year. So just something to keep an eye on. Top 4 pick would be amazing for them. So you could see them potentially start tanking, or some DNPs from Pascal Siakam. Who knows?
Yeah.
But with the draft lottery, maybe the NBA predetermines that pick. Who knows?
But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how much more we want to talk about the Bulls. I didn't even realize they made so many trades. I left some out. They also got Rob Dillingham.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what to make of
I like
I don't know what to make of the Bulls.
He was a first round pick. He just hasn't really worked out in Minnesota, and I like to see him get opportunity elsewhere. But how many guards do these guys have? I'd like to see Jaden Ivey get opportunity. It's just weird, the returns. I thought there was going to be more trades to come, that they're going to flip those guys again or something. But
well, yeah, it was interesting what the Timberwolves were kind of doing. They essentially, and I forget what trade it was because there's too many. It was a 3-team deal with Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit. They sent Mike Conley and a first rounder away from their team, and they got nothing in return. So I kind of saw that, and I'm like, are they creating $10 million in cap space to try and go after Giannis? Or I don't know. And then I saw some weird report, kind of a rumor. It's like, yeah, there was a team that was ready to get Giannis, but they didn't think he'd be okay being the second star or co-starring. So I'm like, wait, who could they be talking about? Someone's better than Giannis. Are they talking about Anthony Edwards? I don't know. So it's the Timberwolves were kind of, I don't know, they're moving a little weird.
Yeah, I think they swung big and missed. Apparently they had opportunity to get Coby White in that trade and declined it because they wanted cap space to pick up Giannis potentially. And then they ended up trading assets for a different guard from the Bulls and the Illinois native, what's his name? Ayo Dosunmu?
Yeah, no, Ayo Dosunmu, I do like that pickup for the.
And yeah, that is a nice pickup for them. But it was interesting.
Yeah. Do you still believe in Jaden Ivey, who is now a Chicago Bull?
Yeah, it's another one of those things where I was high on him coming out. I thought he was going to be good. Everyone was surprised when the Kings picked Keegan Murray over him. And Keegan Murray has turned out to be a lot more productive than Jaden Ivey, that's for sure. I mean, not that Sacramento's doing very good either, but Chicago, they got something cooking, but I don't know how they're going to play all these guys. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just constantly weird behavior from the Chicago Bulls, who are perennially the 10 seed who lose in the play-in. But yeah, I think that's all I really have on the trades. Oh, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Mike Conley, who I think got traded twice in a matter of 2 days, and now he has returned to the Timberwolves. that feels like cheating somehow.
Yeah, there is a rule about that. But because he went to another team after the fact, he's able to sign back with the team. It's like the Ilgauskas rule.
The Ilgauskas rule, okay.
Basically saying that you have to wait a year after a team trades you to another team to go back to that team. Yeah. So it's weird.
How did he get through that then?
Because he traded to so many different teams.
Yeah, it was 2 different teams. Then he went back to the team.
Now he's
Nick Eynon is back. By the way,
I'm quiet. I'm trying to be quiet. Okay, there's not great insight you can get from me except
he wants to listen in. I respect it.
That's the only thing you're gonna get.
That's like
that definitely is interesting. But yeah, the Timberwolves end up hanging on to Mike Conley, like you said, because of the Ilgauskas rule. Only one more trade that kind of went under the radar was Lonzo Ball gets traded to the Jazz, but then the Jazz, I believe, are expected to waive Lonzo Ball. Where do you think would be a good fit for Lonzo here?
My best guess would be a team like Denver, who's had lots of injuries, and
I love that.
I feel like he would be a great fit on that team. They've been, Jamal Murray's been hurt. They've been starting kind of a weird array of dudes, but I know he wants to go somewhere to compete. That was originally why he went to Cleveland, because he thought that they were a contending up and rising team, and he didn't really crack the lineup very well. I know he wants to play, but yeah, I think that's a good opportunity for him there. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe he ends up in Charlotte because he wants to be with his brother. You know,
that'd be sick.
Ooh, the Ball brothers back together. No, that would be cool. No, yeah, and the Cavs also ended up trading DeAndre Hunter. They got Dennis Schroeder, who gets traded every year.
Yes.
And Keon Ellis. So that one was interesting. I don't know if maybe that DeAndre Hunter trade was to create some cap space for James Harden and whatever his $60 million number is, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's kind of all I got about the trades. Last thing on the NBA, and then I do want to talk some Super Bowl 60. The Nets waive star player Cam Thomas. Do you? Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know if star is the right word, but do you think teams are going to be chomping at the bit to sign Cam Thomas here after he gets cut by the Nets?
He's a bit of a polarizing figure. He likes to shoot a lot of shots, but he can score like the best in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's we'll see. I think if he's willing to buy into a role on a team as a bench scorer, he could be cool.
Kind of lead the second unit sort of guy.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him, you're like, how can this guy not be a Lou Williams type of player? You know what I mean? Someone that comes off the bench and can just absolutely be a flamethrower and dispel your star players.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Any thoughts on where he would go?
I could see him ending up in
Houston.
I think that could be a good place for him to go.
He would be a problem in Houston.
He would be. And
Houston, we have a problem. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. They have limited guard play with Fred VanVleet's torn Achilles and stuff. They've really been reliant on Reed Shepherd.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's my pick for where he's going to end up. But maybe he goes somewhere where he thinks he can play and get the ball all the time, like a bad team. So it's either going to be something like the Rockets or, who knows, Sacramento. You just put up every shot for. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think
either somewhere he can shoot 25 shots a night, or somewhere where his coach is like, "You're getting 20 minutes because we only want you to take 10 shots."
Yeah,
15 shots.
He just needs the green light to shoot when he's in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he won't be very happy. But he's an interesting talent, quite a character, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, again, thank you for pulling up to the podcast. That was like Nick Eynon said, that was masterful breakdown of all these trades here. And like I said, you're the 7-time fantasy football champion. That's only our league. You probably got other championships. You're probably a 10-time champion overall. So we got to talk some Super Bowl XL, Super Bowl 60. The first question, I don't know if maybe I got fooled by AI. The artificial intelligence might have got me here, but I saw a video of Drake May smiling and squinting as him and a couple teammates walk through an In-N-Out trying to get some burgers, maybe some animal-style fries. Was Drake May high at an In-N-Out in San Francisco?
It wouldn't be too hard to believe. But
they got the legal weed.
You got everything with a grain of salt. What are the rules in the NFL? I don't think they test for marijuana anymore, do they?
I think once Josh Gordon retired, they got rid of it.
Yeah, they just really had a vendetta with that guy, and ever since then, they've been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, if it wasn't AI. He looked high as shit.
Yeah,
that's a real video. He was for sure
AI,
high. But it could have been AI. The AI is too.
Be a grain of salt. This could be AI right now. You never know. So
this podcast could be AI. No, I actually do. I'll be honest. I actually do have this new software. I have the AI do the editing for me. I haven't watched it back yet, so hopefully they didn't do anything weird in any of these podcasts. But they sound decent when I listen to them back. But yeah, more on the Super Bowl. Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak has essentially been hired by the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know. It's not technically an official hire, but he is, expected to take the job as head coach of the Raiders. Do you think your OC Kubiak getting hired by the Raiders here, probably on Tuesday, will be, too much of a distraction for the Seattle Seahawks?
It definitely takes some of the flame away from Clint in particular, knowing that he's got a job secured. But
take some pressure off him, you think?
Yeah.
So it could work. It could work there in the reverse way. Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know. I think these guys are all bought in. They've worked really hard to get here. They're a nice underdog comeback story in one of the hardest divisions in football. So I think they're battle tested, and I think they'll do well. We'll see what.
Yeah, they made it through the gauntlet that was the NFC West. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, that's
I mean to do that, but
what I was getting at,
Right. But yeah, I don't know if you saw Jackson Smith and Jigba's new nickname, but a reporter at the at Super Bowl media day was like, "Hey JSN, I got a new nickname for you." And JSN's like, "Okay, let's hear it." He's like, "The Emerald City Route Artist." Do you like the Emerald City Route Artist as JSN's new nickname?
Yeah, I don't love it, to be honest. I think it's way too long. JSN is already a nickname in its own right. I think that's perfect. Emerald City. I mean, he's a route technician, that's for sure. He's very impressive to watch. Him and Puka being in the same division is really fun, and lots of good matchups for them in the future. But I think I'm cool at JSN. I don't know if I probably already butchered the nickname. I can't even remember the Emerald City.
The Emerald City Route Artist is kind of a mouthful.
Yeah,
I don't know. I keep trying to make these. I keep trying to make these dumb NBA nicknames a thing. None of them. I don't think any of them have stuck. But just a reminder, guys. Isaiah Collier's nickname is the Quantum Entanglement. Right?
You can call him anything you want, Matt. I will not. But the Quantum Entanglement, that's a high level nickname. That's pretty awesome. I do.
Kristaps Porzingis is the juxtaposition. No, okay, sorry. I'll back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll stick to
back to the Super Bowl
on that guy. But
who the fuck is Tengus Pengus?
So fun.
Classic video from
cut to that, Jamie.
From fan who was not Jamie, can you pull that up? We need Nick Eynon is our Jamie today. Pull that up, Jamie Eynon. Back to the Super Bowl. Who do you want to win? We got Patriots versus the Seahawks, and we're out in Santa Clara, where Drake may or may not be, getting high right now.
I as a Packers
who are you rooting for?
As a Packers fan, this one's tough because I've never liked either of these teams. I've been a bigger hater on the Patriots than the Seahawks, I'd say. I do like the idea of Sam Darnold's redemption arc. It's very cool.
Yeah. And
it's even funnier that he left Minnesota to do it. Shout out 9. Shout out. What is it, Brosmer?
Max Brosmer.
Carson Wentz.
Minnesota Gopher.
Carson Wentz. Yeah.
Yeah.
What could have been.
They sent Daniel Jones back in too.
I mean, any one of the guys that they got rid of, either one probably would have been an improvement over their current situation. But yeah,
that's why I think that's why their GM got fired.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, I think I'm cheering for the Seahawks, but I just want it to be a good, entertaining game, no blowout.
Yeah.
We'll see how Bad Bunny does. I don't think most of America will be able to understand what he's saying, but he's got some catchy beats, that's for sure. Let's see what else. Oh yeah.
Nosotros entiende poquito.
But I mean, if the Patriots won, it wouldn't be the worst because I was mostly a hater of Bill Belichick, and it's nice to see how well they've done without him. So
okay, so you're with me because I've hated to see it, but everyone in sports media, even people who hate Bill Belichick, have been coming to his defense after, it's a random aside, obviously, but coming to his defense after he was not elected as a first ballot Hall of Famer. I liked what they did there. I mean, do you disagree with what they did?
I wish they'd just come out and say it, and go, hey, this guy's a cheater, and he can't win without Tom Brady. So is Mike McCarthy a Hall of Famer if he is Tom Brady? It just...
McCarthy's a Hall of Famer if him and Rodgers win the Super Bowl next. But then, even then, it's like Rodgers.
Exactly. If he can't win without Rodgers, it's like how good of a coach is he? But
no,
his shtick worked well when they were winning. He bullied guys into taking smaller contracts, not leaving the team. And sometimes you need a bully like that in your franchise. But I don't like Robert Kraft. He's in the Epstein files.
He did the same thing. Yeah, he was also not a first ballot Hall of Famer, which good move. Good move. No, I honestly love it. Like, the Baseball Hall of Fame wouldn't have even let either of them in. You got Barry Bonds, all-time home run leader, and they're like, well, you cheated. Why would we let you in the Hall of Fame? I mean, Belichick will be in the Hall of Fame next year. This is a slap on the wrist for, Spygate, where obviously he was cheating and helped them win that first Super Bowl, or first couple, or whatever it was. But no, yeah, that's Belichick. But yeah, so you're subtly rooting for the Seahawks. I feel, it's like I hate both teams too as a Packers fan. Seahawks have given us nightmares in the past, but yeah, I also don't want the Patriots to win again. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, maybe it tarnishes Belichick even more, which we would like. But yeah, let's just get to it. Who do you think is going to win the game?
That's a great question. I mean, I think Seattle has the better team overall. I think they've got a harder schedule. Like I said, they're battle tested.
Yeah.
They've got arguably a top 5 receiver in the NFL. And we'll see. I mean, if the Patriots can really get their running game going, they can be really tough to deal with. So we'll see.
True.
I mean, Seattle's missing Zach Charbonnet, and he was a really good vulture for them all year. So maybe they get inside the 5-yard line with the game on the line, and they choose not to run it again, without their goal line back, because they just hate giving K9, Kenneth Walker, the ball inside of the goal line.
Maybe George Holani.
Yeah, maybe
George Holani
steps up.
One.
Yeah, who knows? But they make great plays on special teams as well, the Seahawks. I mean, Rashid Shaheed, it's hard to not bet on him having at least one big play in the Super Bowl with his speed.
Ooh,
or maybe
I like that. A little prop there.
Yeah, who knows if it's a return, a big deep pass. But they got playmakers. I think it'll be close, though. Yeah. I think the NFL wants it to be close. So maybe the refs play a little factor in that. You never know. But
yeah, NFL's slightly rigged. Just slightly.
Slightly.
But no, I would actually. I think I would cry actual tears if Darnold did the Russell Wilson thing and threw a pick to some bench corner on the Patriots. That would be maybe that's probably the saddest possible outcome. Actually, no, I heard someone else saying this is a Seahawks fan's worst nightmare. They're at the 2-yard line, 30 seconds left, and they hand the ball to Kenneth Walker and he fumbles. That would be even worse.
That would be really funny.
At least the Darnold one, you'd be somewhat prepared for.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, he fumbled?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I don't know. Hopefully we get a Marshawn Lynch type game out of Kenneth Walker here until the last minute where they don't hand him the ball here. But yeah, do you have are you currently a betting man? I was going to ask if you have a game pick on Seahawks -4.5 versus the Patriots. You did just allude you think it'll be a close game, but Seahawks probably come out on top here.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Are you betting or is it, Montana's like,
so you can't bet on your phone, but they do at the bars have machines that you can place like betting slips. For some reason, like at Potawatomi.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make at just random bars.
Yeah, like we have a bar in town called the Cat's Paw, and that's where we go to.
That's such a weird rule, but I almost do like having the physical tickets and kind of holding your hand as the game's going. But yeah, you've been using those kiosks.
I just I watch all the games here because I pay for all these different things to be able to watch every game. We got.
Right.
All the NFL League Pass, and then you got to get Red Zone. And I don't know. I'm not at the bar watching the game, so I haven't placed too many bets. But if I'm there and I know something's coming up, I'll place something for the future. But, I don't know. I'm not the best guy to talk to about betting, to be honest. I wouldn't take the Seahawks at -4.5, though, because that's a little scary. I think maybe it'll be a 3-point game,
Yeah, could be a field goal game.
Maybe you take the Patriots there, I don't know. I don't know.
Any prop ideas for me? I'm thinking about Patriots fan Jack DePoe, who was on the show a couple weeks ago. He's like, I kind of want to watch the Super Bowl at Potawatomi, and I'm like, I do not want to do that, but I would maybe place some bets and bring my bet slips somewhere else to watch the game. But yeah, I don't know. I guess you kind of tease one with Shaheed big play.
Yeah, I like that.
Over 27 yards or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another one I like. I could see Holani getting some receiving yards or some quick receptions on some points. I saw them using him in those situations last week. I'm not sure.
That could be a juicy one. That might be like a 7.5 yard line or something.
Like that.
One play.
Depending on what the line is at, but I think that could be a nice one. But yeah, Travion hasn't been phenomenal or anything, so we'll see. I mean, I'm a big Travion Henderson fan, so maybe
I kind of like his over on the rushing yards. If you get a line at like less than 25 yards for Travion, that's
he could do that in one play. He's a speedy guy, big play dude. In the backfield, but they've been running with Ramondre a lot, so we'll see. He's been good, but who knows?
Yeah,
he's had notorious fumble problems in the past, so maybe he coughs one up and he gets benched the rest of the game. You never know. So.
That's actually probably best case scenario. Patriots at the 2-yard line. Ramondre fumbles, 30 seconds left. That would be the most fun for me. Not for Pats fan Jack DePoe. You might lose some money on that one at Potawatomi too.
He's had plenty of good times watching these Super Bowls. It's Potawatomi is a bad one. So
yeah, you got like 5 rings, DePoe. You don't.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
He doesn't. But that's unless you have kind of anything to add. That's really all I got.
Good one. We're a little over an hour. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
No, this was a fun podcast. I loved talking NBA, and hopefully it'll be a good Super Bowl here, close game. You and me probably wish both teams could lose, but yeah, we'll be kind of passively rooting for the Seahawks here. I'm rooting more so for Bad Bunny than I am really either of these teams here. But thanks again, brother.
Watch the game. Thanks for watching. If you got to this point, it was a lot of fun, Matt. And I like analyzing this stuff, but it's fun to say out loud, and I kind of figure out what I'm saying as I'm saying it a little bit. I get a stronger opinion on it, being able to share it with someone else. Because
that's podcasting, baby.
I'm armchair quarterbacking some of these trades, but talking them through helps me really, understand what's going on. So sounds good, Matt. Thanks for having me on.
No. This is a lot of fun, and thanks again for pulling up. Is there a story on that Jurassic Park behind
actually.
you there? That's a Shams.
It's pretty cool.
What's that?
And then we got that might be in reverse. Feliz Cumpleaños.
Feliz Cumpleaños.
The P is flipped up, and then we got
what? You got to put that P down, bro.
Yeah. There we go. Keep it. There we go. And then we got the Empire.
I love it. But yeah, man, keep killing it out in Montana. Again, thanks for pulling up, and hopefully we get an entertaining Super Bowl here. But yeah, thanks so much, brother. I really appreciate it. Love having you on. You're obviously welcome back whenever,
I call you the white Cam Newton of podcasting, so I love to see it.
That's a big compliment. Cam Newton's had a lot of bad takes though, so maybe I need to brush up on my ball knowledge.
You get some crazier hats too, I think, if you really want to get on.
That could be considered as a shot. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, no, I need one of those like cowboy hats Cam Newton's got, but then he cuts a hole in it and I can put my man bun out of the cowboy hat there. That would be nice, but no. I'll take it as a compliment. Cam Newton, good podcaster, better football player, but no, I'll take the comp. I love Cam Newton, but thanks again, brother, and we'll talk soon, man.
We'll see you, Matt. Have a good one, brother.
All right, yes, sir. That's a wrap.